folded. Vishwanath Nair also joining in for more on this story. Vishy, what's really surprising is how this has come into the public domain, first on news agency ANI, and then now seems to have unraveled pretty quickly, because what the street has assumed so far is that this is a succession which was sorted fairly smoothly.
Yeah, so clearly there is this family element which is quite important, and if you were to look at the letter that Rani Kapoor has written to the board of directors, she's pointing out that she is the only representative of the family's interests and that without her approval nothing can be done. However, she's also very clearly saying that I have signed documents which I have not been able to read, I have not been given full context, and I've signed these documents without any clarity on what exactly I was signing off on. And now, if you were to look at the proposals that have been put up as part of this AGM, then Priya Sachdev Kapoor is coming in as a non-executive director on the board, and that's probably where all this debate is coming from. She's also obliquely referring to certain illegalities which she's not getting into the details of. She's saying that I don't want to talk about that right now, but there are many illegalities which have surfaced, and I've come to know of a lot of events that have happened which are not appropriate. Having said that, she does want to stop the AGM. Now, I was just looking at the shareholding. Rani Kapoor specifically does not have a very large shareholding. I think she alone holds only about 72 odd shares in the company. There are other members of the family who do own certain shares in the company. Having said that, Rani Kapoor is specifically saying that she's the only representative, and without her approval, nobody can come and represent the Kapoor family's interests. Nobody can be a part of the board claiming to represent the Kapoor family's interests. If you were to look at the last few bits of this letter, it says that I have been barred from accessing my bank accounts, I've been barred from accessing documents and details of the company. Despite all of this, I have put together the details that I'm sharing with you, and you need to stop this AGM at the earliest. Now, I was listening to Mr. Asher earlier, and he said that this is not something that they can actually execute. The AGM is happening today. We'll need to see what exactly comes out of it and whether somebody is able to actually block it.
Let me go across to Swapnil Kothari. Let's get more legal voices on this, just as we understand. And let's pull up the intraday of the stock as we go ahead as well. I just want to quickly see what's happening with Sona BLW through the last few minutes that we've been covering this story. And you've seen that sharp dive there, because no one likes a family fight. It was already quite a hit that a very, very strong leader was unfortunately passed away. Swapnil Kothari joining now on the phone line. He's a senior lawyer. Mr. Kothari, thank you so much for speaking with us. Just throw some light on what we are seeing right now. We're clearly seeing a full-blown family feud play out. The question is, for shareholders and investors watching right now, to what extent could Rani Kapoor prevail? And then how important does it become who represents the Kapoor family on the board?
Well, it all depends upon what is the constitution of the company. What do the memorandum and the articles of association say? Now, given the fact that Mr. Sanjay Kapoor is no more, the mother to say that she is the sole shareholder or the sole owner of the company and she has got all the rights to decide as to when the meetings and the AGM would take place, I think this is a little, something that needs to be looked into, and I'm sure that the people who've given the message out to the shareholders about hosting of the AGM, and I'm sure this went about 21 days back, so she had all the time in the world to stop it or to try to stop it then. But to say that, I'm not saying that she didn't try to, because we are not aware of those facts, whether she tried to earlier. But the fact is that on the day of the AGM, if you try to create this, then it sends a very bad message to the shareholders of the company that all is not well within the company. And the shareholders are entitled to know by the doctrine of indoor management that whatever is taking place within the company is as per the norms of and the constitution of the company. So that is the doctrine of indoor management in corporate law. So you're supposed to presume that everything is as per the books. Now, when somebody comes out like this at the very helm of affairs, and somebody who's the matriarch of the family and says that this is not as per the rules, etc., it creates a sense of confusion between the shareholders, and the stocks prices are bound to dip. And not only that, but convey a very, very bad impression for the future prospects of the company. So I think she should let this pass, and whatever grudges she has, she should try to sort them out post the AGM. And in the alternative, if you think that very key decisions have been taking place in the AGM, or have taken place in which she should have been present or she ought to have had a say, then you ought to challenge them in a court of law. It's as simple as that. So those things can be done. There is a legal recourse. It's not the end of the world. But what I would assume that given the fact that Sona Comstar is a very well-known company and it's got large a body of shareholders, etc., I would assume if I were there in her position, I would tend to advise her that I think you should just take a stock of the situation post the AGM, see what decisions have taken which tend to affect or dilute your power in the company. If they do, and if you think that because you have not been consulted or your consent has not been taken and that itself dilutes your power, then so be it, then you'll have to challenge it legally. But other than that, effectively, practically, let's see what has happened where any such decision has been taken to dilute your power. And in the first place, let us see what sort of power you actually had by the constitution of the company, whether it's the memorandum of association. It will be primarily the articles of association that will be governing that part and that position and that power.